Welcome to our deep dive on Gilmore, Idaho.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to sift through A History of Gilmore, Past and Recent,
Okay.
by Dick and Bob Moll, a book brimming with first-hand accounts and captivating tales of this once bustling mining town.
Right.
So,
Mining town.
it's like stepping into a time capsule
Oh, yeah.
with maps, building diagrams, and even illustrations
Yeah.
that bring these stories to life.
That's right.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Okay.
The book starts with Edgar Ross,
Okay.
a businessman from Pennsylvania.
Uh-huh.
He journeys to Idaho's Horseshoe Gulch in the 1880s, seeking a cure for his ailments,
Right.
but ends up striking gold, literally.
Wow, what a story.
Yeah, that's fascinating.
And what's fascinating here is that this seemingly insignificant event, a man seeking better health,
Right.
led to the birth of an entire town.
An entire town, yeah.
It makes you think about the unexpected turns history can take.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
And the financial aspect is mind-blowing.
Ross initially bought mining claims for just $300.
Wow.
Those same claims were later valued at $3,500,000.
Goodness.
Talk about a return on investment.
Oh, my goodness. That's,
It speaks to the speculative fervor that gripped the American West during those mining booms.
Right.
Imagine the rush,
Yeah.
the potential for overnight fortunes, and the risks that came with it.
Yes.
And Upper Gilmore,
Yeah.
at the heart of the mining operations,
Okay.
grew rapidly.
Uh-huh.
The book paints a picture of a bustling town center
Okay.
with company offices, a hotel, a school, even a hospital,
Wow.
all sprouting from what was initially just a handful of mining claims.
Just a handful.
The book even includes sketches of some of these early structures.
Okay.
The contrast between the humble first building erected in 1902 and the grand Pittsburgh, Idaho Mining Company General Offices building, #4 built later, is striking.
Wow. I bet.
It really highlights the rapid transformation of Gilmore from a remote outpost to a thriving community.
Yeah, it really does.
And then comes another pivotal moment, the arrival of the Gilmore and Pittsburgh Railroad in 1910.
A railroad. Okay.
This wasn't just about transportation.
Right.
It literally reshaped the town.
Yeah.
The railroad's impact was significant,
Right.
opening up new possibilities for trade and development.
Uh-huh.
Interestingly,
Okay.
it was initially intended to connect to the Northern Pacific at Dillon, Montana,
Okay.
a much longer route than its eventual destination.
Wow.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
Constructing the railroad through the Lemhi Mountains was a feat of engineering,
I bet.
especially battling those winter and spring washouts.
Yeah.
And with the railroad, Lower Gilmore was born.
Lower Gilmore. Wow.
The book has this incredible visual of the Gilmore town site around 1910,
Okay.
a bustling hub of businesses and homes.
Wow.
But what truly breathes life into Lower Gilmore are the individual stories
Oh.
woven into the narrative.
Uh-huh.
Stories of rivalries, tragedies, and even a few scandals.
Oh, my.
Okay, so picture this.
Okay.
The Gilmore Mercantile,
Uh-huh.
a bustling general store.
Right.
Two brothers, Grover and Elmer Tucker,
Okay.
work side by side but never speak a word to each other.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine the tension?
Gosh.
That makes you wonder about the root of their rivalry.
It does.
Was it a family feud,
Right.
a business dispute,
Yeah.
or something more personal?
Right.
The book doesn't delve into the specifics,
Mm-hmm.
but it paints a vivid picture of their silent animosity playing out against the backdrop of everyday life in the mercantile.
Wow.
And then there's the heartbreaking story of young Eddie Pierce,
Okay.
who tragically dies in a skiing accident just days after his 13th birthday.
Oh, goodness.
It's a poignant reminder of the fragility of life.
Right.
Even in a town brimming with newfound prosperity,
Yeah,
this story adds a layer of depth to our understanding of Gilmore.
it does.
It wasn't just about gold and silver. It was about the lives, love, and losses of the people
Yeah,
who called this place home.
that's right.
Another story that adds to the mystery of the town is Jon Wentworth's sudden demise.
Oh, okay.
He experiences severe stomach pains while buying cattle
Okay.
and dies shortly after
Oh, wow.
what caused his sudden illness.
Yeah.
Was it a natural cause, foul play, or something else entirely?
Yeah, that's...
The book leaves us pondering the possibilities.
It does.
It highlights the unpredictable nature of life in a frontier town.
Yeah.
Death could come suddenly,
Uh-huh.
and often without explanation.
Right, right.
And then there's the story of Grover Tucker,
Okay.
one of the brothers from the Mercantile,
Uh-huh.
and his secret passageway to Sadie Wedgwood's house.
What? A secret passageway?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It sounds like something straight out of a romance novel with a dash of scandal thrown in.
Oh, my goodness.
The book reveals that Sadie was the daughter of the commandant at Fort Douglas. And her sister was married to Mr. Anderson, the owner of Anderson's Saloon and Dance Hall.
Yeah, okay.
Clearly, she was a woman who moved in influential circles.
She did.
And she definitely captured Grover Tucker's attention.
Oh, yeah.
He was so smitten that he constructed a secret passageway connecting his cabin,
Uh-huh.
#36,
Okay.
to Sadie's residence.
Oh, my goodness.
He even built a small stove in the outhouse to stay warm during his clandestine visits.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a testament to his dedication,
It is.
or perhaps his infatuation.
Right.
It also reveals a more personal and, dare I say,
Yeah.
spicy side to life in
Yeah.
Gilmore,
Yeah.
behind the facade of a respectable mining town.
Right.
There were passions, secrets, and hidden connections.
That's right.
The book does a fantastic job of weaving these individual stories into the larger narrative of Gilmore's development.
Yeah.
But amidst the bustling businesses and colorful characters, there's a poignant reminder of the cycle of life and death that shaped this community. The Gilmore Cemetery.
A cemetery.
While many of Gilmore's buildings have vanished over time,
Right.
the cemetery remains,
Okay.
standing as a silent sentinel to the lives that were lived and lost in this once thriving town.
Oh, wow.
Walking through the cemetery,
Yeah.
one can't help but feel the weight of history.
I bet.
The headstones, weathered by time, bear the names of miners, merchants, children like Eddie Pierce, and families who came to Gilmore seeking their fortunes,
Right.
only to find their final resting place here.
Wow.
It's like a living museum.
It is.
Each grave, a story waiting to be told.
Yeah.
And Dick Moll,
Huh.
one of the authors,
Okay.
adds a touch of dark humor,
Okay.
stating that he will forever haunt anyone who tries to bury him elsewhere.
What?
It's a morbid yet strangely endearing sentiment
It is, yeah.
that speaks to his deep connection to Gilmore.
That's right.
There's a certain irony in that statement.
Yeah.
He spent much of his life preserving the memory of those buried there. And now he jokingly threatens to join them in a spectral form if anyone tries to move him.
Oh, my goodness.
It's as if he's become a guardian of Gilmore's history,
Yeah.
both in life and perhaps in death.
That's right.
And the cemetery is filled with other stories
Okay.
that capture the unique character of Gilmore and its residents.
Okay.
There's Tony Henderson,
Okay.
known as the drunken miner,
The drunken miner.
who miraculously survived a fall down a mine shaft.
Oh, wow.
Of some individuals,
It's right.
his story adds a touch of levity
He does.
to the otherwise somber atmosphere of the cemetery.
Uh-huh.
It's a reminder that amidst the hardships and dangers,
Right.
there were moments of triumph and survival against the odds.
Yeah.
And then there's the tale of Bert Rainey,
Okay.
the last resident of Gilmore,
The last resident. Oh, wow.
who died alone in a nearby cabin. His solitary end marks the final chapter in the story of a once bustling community.
Yeah.
It's a poignant reminder of the cyclical nature of boomtowns,
It is.
their rise, their peak,
Yeah.
and their eventual decline.
Right.
His story,
Yeah.
along with those etched on the headstones,
Right.
paints a vivid picture of the human experience in Gilmore,
Yeah.
from the heights of prosperity to the quiet solitude of its final days.
That's right. It's remarkable how the book manages to weave together all these threads, like the personal and the historical and the technical and all of that to create this tapestry of life, in Gilmore.
Right. And one of the most compelling aspects of that tapestry, I think, is Dick Moll's deep personal connection to the town.
Right.
His stories add a layer of authenticity and intimacy that goes beyond just a recounting of facts.
Absolutely.
It's we're experiencing Gilmore through his eyes,
Right.
sharing his adventures and his challenges and triumphs.
Yeah, and that 90-day war thing.
Right.
That was wild.
So let's talk about his 90-day war.
Okay.
This massive renovation project he undertook to prepare his cabin for a family reunion.
Right.
It's a testament to his dedication to preserving Gilmore, not just for himself,
Right.
but for future generations.
Yeah.
The book describes this period as a whirlwind of activity,
All right.
with Dick and his friend Barry working tirelessly to transform this dilapidated cabin
Right.
into a welcoming space for his family.
It's incredible.
They rebuilt the roof, installed new windows, laid floors, painted walls.
Yeah,
It's an incredible amount of work
it is.
to accomplish in such a short time frame,
Yeah.
especially considering the remote location and limited resources.
Yeah, it speaks to their determination
Right.
and their resourcefulness. And they really believed in this.
Yeah.
I mean, they were really dedicated to preserving Gilmore's legacy.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about making a nice place for a family reunion.
Right.
You know, it was like honoring the history in those walls.
Yeah. And the reunion itself became like a celebration of that history. It did. Dick's cousins were amazed by the transformation of the cabin.
Yeah.
And he used the opportunity to like share his extensive knowledge of Gilmore,
He did, yeah.
taking them on tours and recounting tales of its past.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful example
Right.
of how personal history can intersect with the broader history of a place.
Exactly.
You know, he wasn't just like sharing stories. He was
Yeah.
like weaving a connection between his family and the legacy of Gilmore.
Yeah.
You know?
And his passion for sharing that legacy extended far beyond his family.
It did.
He became sort of like an unofficial ambassador for Gilmore,
Right.
offering tours and insights to anyone who was interested.
Yeah, he was a good guy.
He recognized that history isn't just about dates and facts.
Right.
It's about the stories of the people who lived those events.
Right.
And he had a gift for bringing those stories to life.
He did.
The book describes his tours as engaging and informative,
Yeah.
filled with anecdotes and insights that transported his listeners back in time. He led groups of school children and senior citizens and even elders from the Nez Perce tribe through the remnants of the town,
Wow.
sharing his passion and knowledge with a diverse audience.
That's great.
It's a reminder that history belongs to everyone
It does.
and that it has the power to connect us across generations and cultures.
Right.
And his efforts to preserve and share Gilmore's history didn't go unnoticed.
I bet.
The book mentions that he was even approached by a film crew interested in making a documentary about the town.
Wow, a documentary.
Yeah.
That's great.
While the documentary, unfortunately, never materialized,
Right.
it's a testament to Dick's success in raising awareness about Gilmore and its significance.
Yeah.
He had brought this ghost town back into the public consciousness,
Right.
inspiring others to appreciate its unique history.
And it's a shame it never happened,
Yeah,
but at least his efforts to document it
right.
live on in the book.
Exactly.
So,
His passion for Gilmore wasn't limited to sharing its story, though.
right.
He was also fiercely protective of its fragile remnants.
Yeah, I can imagine.
The book details his opposition to a proposal to develop a commercial RV park in Gilmore.
Oh, wow.
He believed that such a development would, irrevocably alter the character of the town,
Right.
potentially damaging its historical integrity.
Yeah, that's a classic conflict
Right.
between preservation and progress
Exactly.
that a lot of communities face,
Yeah.
especially those dealing with their historical legacy.
In this case, Dick saw the RV park as a symbol of commercial exploitation.
Right.
You know, a force that would transform Gilmore
Yeah.
from a place of historical contemplation
All right.
into a tourist destination.
I see.
He understood that the true value of Gilmore lay not in its potential for commercial development,
Right.
but in its ability to transport us back in time,
Uh-huh.
to connect us with a bygone era,
Yeah.
and to inspire a sense of wonder and reflection.
That's beautiful.
And his stance wasn't just sentimental. He was also concerned about the practical implications of such a development.
Yeah.
He argued that the influx of tourists and traffic would damage the fragile buildings and the cemetery,
Yeah, it would.
further eroding the town's historical fabric.
That's right.
He saw himself as a guardian of Gilmore's legacy,
He did.
entrusted with protecting it from any threat that might diminish its significance.
And it's great that he was successful.
And his efforts were ultimately successful
Yeah.
with the support of Lemhi County officials.
Okay.
He was able to thwart the RV park proposal,
That's awesome.
ensuring that Gilmore would remain a place of historical contemplation rather than a site of commercial exploitation.
Good for him.
It's a victory for those who believe in the importance of preserving our heritage.
It is.
And it's a testament to the power of individual action.
Right.
Dick Moll's story,
Yeah.
as chronicles in the book,
Uh-huh.
demonstrates that even in the face of powerful forces, one person's passion and determination can make a difference.
It really can.
He wasn't just a historian.
Right.
He was a guardian of Gilmore's legacy,
Yeah.
a storyteller who brought its past to life,
Mhm.
and a champion for the forgotten.
That's right.
And through his efforts, Gilmore continues to speak to us,
Yeah.
even in its ghostly silence.
It does.
You know, it reminds us that the past is never truly gone.
Right.
There are stories waiting to be discovered.
Yeah.
And even the smallest of towns can hold within them a universe of human experience.
They can.
The book invites us to explore that universe,
It does.
to unravel the threads of history, and to connect with the individuals who shaped Gilmore's destiny.
That's right.
And as we delve deeper into its pages, we discover that the story of Gilmore is not just about a mining town that faded into obscurity.
Right.
It's about the enduring power of the human spirit,
Yeah.
the allure of the unknown,
Uh-huh.
and the importance of preserving our shared heritage.
That's right.
You know, it's incredible how this book just transports you
It does.
to another time and place.
Yeah.
Like you're walking those dusty streets of Gilmore,
Right.
breathing in that crisp mountain air and hearing the echoes of laughter and sorrow just
Yeah.
carried on the wind.
And what's remarkable is that even though Gilmore is a ghost town today,
Right.
its story continues to resonate,
It does.
It speaks to these universal themes of ambition and loss and resilience and
right.
the enduring allure of the American West.
And I'm struck by the contrast,
Uh-huh.
between the excitement of those boom years with the influx of prospectors and the promise of fortune.
Right.
And then the eventual decline into like this
Yeah.
quiet, forgotten corner of Idaho.
It's a trajectory shared by a lot of mining towns in the West.
Right.
They emerged almost overnight,
Yeah.
fueled by dreams of gold and silver,
Right.
but often faded just as quickly,
Yeah.
leaving behind a legacy of both triumph and heartbreak.
The book delves into those contrasting phases of Gilmore's existence,
It does.
offering insights into the factors that contributed to both its rise
Right.
and its eventual demise.
And it wasn't just about the depletion of resources,
Right.
although that certainly played a role.
Right.
There were also economic shifts,
Mm-hmm.
changes in technology,
Yeah.
and maybe even like a sense of disillusionment as that initial fervor faded.
It makes you wonder, like,
It does.
what those who witnessed Gilmore's decline must have felt.
Yeah.
Those who had invested their hopes and dreams in this remote outpost.
Right.
Did they leave in search of new opportunities, or did they cling to the memories of a bygone era?
Yeah, and the book doesn't really offer definitive answers,
Right.
but it prompts us to consider that human cost of these boom and bust cycles,
Oh.
the lives disrupted, the fortunes lost, the communities scattered.
And yet there's something undeniably romantic about these ghost towns.
There is.
This sense of mystery and melancholy that draws us to their stories.
Maybe it's the allure of the unknown.
Yeah.
The desire to uncover the secrets hidden beneath the dust and decay.
Right.
Or maybe it's a yearning for a simpler time, a connection to a past that feels both familiar and alien.
And the book definitely taps into that.
It does.
That sense of longing,
Yeah.
that fascination with the remnants of a bygone era.
It does a good job of weaving together
Right.
the grand historical narrative
Yeah.
with the intimate details of individual lives.
And it's those personal stories,
Right.
like the rivalry between the Tucker brothers,
Uh-huh.
the tragic death of young Eddie Pierce,
Right.
the scandals surrounding Grover Tucker and Sadie Wedgwood.
Yeah.
It's those stories that really make Gilmore come alive.
They do.
They remind us that history is not just about dates and events.
Right.
It's about the people who lived those events.
Yeah.
The choices they made
Yeah.
and the consequences they faced.
That's right.
And those choices were often shaped by the unique circumstances of life in a frontier town.
Right.
A place where opportunity and hardship
Yeah.
often went hand in hand.
They did.
The book captures that duality,
It does.
highlighting both the allure and the challenges
Yeah.
of life in Gilmore.
It wasn't just about striking it rich. It
Yeah.
was about forging a community in the face of adversity,
Right.
adapting to a harsh environment,
Yeah.
carving out a life on the edge of civilization.
And it's through the stories of those who lived and worked in Gilmore
It is.
that we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of the past,
Yeah.
the interplay of individual ambition
Right.
and collective destinies.
And Dick Moll, through his personal experiences
Yeah.
and meticulous research,
Right.
has done a really remarkable job
He has.
of bringing those stories to life.
His passion for Gilmore shines through on every page,
It does.
inspiring us to look beyond the crumbling buildings and the weathered headstones to see the vibrant community that once thrived
Yeah.
in this remote corner of Idaho.
His 90-day war to renovate that cabin
Right.
for a family reunion
Yeah,
is just a testament to that passion.
it is.
A labor of love that transformed a dilapidated structure
Yeah.
into a symbol of family ties and historical continuity.
And his efforts to share Gilmore's story with a wider audience through tours, presentations, and even a proposed documentary.
Yeah.
Demonstrate his commitment to preserving this unique piece of history.
It does.
And his opposition to the RV park proposal speaks volumes about his understanding of the true value of Gilmore.
It does.
He recognized that its significance lay not in its potential for commercial exploitation, but in its ability to transport us back in time, to connect us with a bygone era, and to inspire a sense of wonder and reflection.
He was a good guy.
He saw himself as a guardian of Gilmore's legacy.
He did.
You know, entrusted with protecting it from those who might seek to profit from its past without respecting its inherent worth.
That's right.
And his victory in that battle is a reminder.
It is.
That individual action can make a difference in preserving our heritage.
It can.
It's a testament to the power of passion, dedication, and a belief in the importance of honoring the past.
Absolutely.
It's also a reminder that history is not just something we read about in textbooks or view in museums. It's all around us.
It is.
Embedded in the landscapes we inhabit, the stories we tell, the memories we cherish.
That's a good point.
And perhaps that's the most enduring legacy of a history of Gilmore. Past and recent.
It is.
It's a book that invites us to explore, to question,
Mm-hmm.
and to connect with the past.
You're right.
Not as like a distant and irrelevant echo,
Right.
but as a living and breathing entity that continues to shape our present and our future.
It prompts us to consider the stories embedded in our own communities.
Yeah.
The forgotten corners.
Right.
The abandoned structures. The individuals who came before us, leaving behind a legacy that deserves to be acknowledged and preserved.
It encourages us to become storytellers ourselves.
It does.
To delve into the past, to unearth those hidden gems, and to share those discoveries with others.
And as we do so, we become part of this larger tapestry,
Right.
weaving together the threads of history, connecting generations, and ensuring that the echoes of the past continue to resonate, enriching our understanding of who we are and where we come from.
So as we conclude this deep dive into a history of Gilmore, past and recent, let us carry with us that spirit of exploration,
Yes.
the appreciation for the complexities of history, and the recognition that we are all in some way guardians of the past,
Right.
entrusted with preserving its stories for future generations.
And perhaps as we reflect on the lessons learned from Gilmore, we might be inspired to discover the hidden histories in our own backyards.
Right.
To unearth those forgotten tales.
Yep.
And to celebrate the enduring power of place and memory.
Let this deep dive be a reminder that history is not just a collection of dates and facts.
Right.
It's a tapestry woven from the lives of individuals, their dreams, their struggles, and their triumphs.
It is.
It's a story that continues to unfold,
Uh-huh.
inviting us to participate, to contribute,
Right.
and to ensure that the echoes of the past continue to resonate, shaping our present and inspiring our future.
Well said. I think that's a great place to wrap up.
Yeah, thanks for joining me on this deep dive
Oh, it was my pleasure.
into Gilmore, Idaho.
Fascinating place.
It's been a real journey through time,
It has.
uncovering the stories of this once booming mining town.
Yeah. And until next time, keep exploring.
And keep those echoes of the past alive.